You know, and we're going to
I
mark
can't
him
even
on it.
remember what I said.
Okay.
We'll switch around and come back to Halo in a minute. M2X, commiserations on the loss. You put up a really good fight in that first half, and it was a really tight match. What were you saying at the half time, and what was your plan going into that second round?
Yeah, I felt like we played a good first round. Quite impressed that we didn't lose a point. A bit upset that we didn't take the Ziggurat. I know we got quite close at some point. So half time we were actually, we were pretty confident going into it. And the problem with us is when things go shit, they definitely get shit, and we need to get our act together.
Going to Halo then to try and do a word for word repeat of your answer. Congratulations on the win for Max, and how did you think that went from that second round?
From second round, well, the first round we knew that we had the harder job. The Ziggurat's a much easier cap than LaneSmash, just much easier. Both of them are bases that where air has a major impact, and we wanted to bring our air to bear on LaneSmash. We were hoping to let them drop on the Ziggurat, wipe them to deplete their resources, and then push to LaneSmash. But it was a much harder job to shift them off point than we anticipated.
Well, we did notice through the stream.
By the time we were pushing LaneSmash, we had no resources for air left.
Well, we did notice through the stream that there did seem to be a significant flow to it in both sides of the match, in which the Max and Blue Hornets guys did achieve air dominance early, but it was very, very quickly countered by Walker Sundays from the 2v2 and Mox guys. They did a really good job with that in the first half helped to deny that air that is so critical coming over Ziggurat. But in the second half, it was just hard to make it stick from the other side. And I think it just seemed that you seemed to carry resources a bit easier in the first match, and in the second match, you were a little bit more even on how the resources were being used.
Yeah, to pull out to M2X rather, did you guys change your plan for your air control in the second round? It seemed to go so well the first time and didn't really seem to have that same effect in the second half. Did you change anything, or did it just not work out as you planned?
It just didn't work out as we had planned. There was a lot more counter air than we expected. There wasn't so much aircraft the first time, and they definitely ramped that up. And our Sundays couldn't take out enough. And not to mention that as well, they actually had a Vanguard going around taking out our Sundays. So Bravo were like half up all the time, so we had half the anti-air that we needed at all times. Credit where credit's due, that Vanguard was really pissing off Bravo.
Yeah, we could notice the usage of the area denial by those things. In the first half, they didn't seem to get as much of a hold. You really seemed to get your Sunday stacked up at the Ziggurat, but once the second half, you could really tell that the NC in the second half, the Max Blue Hornets guys were on the vehicles they were used to because they were really making them count. The first half, it was very hard for them to make the area denial with the anti-vehicle. So I think you gave a pretty much sort of a good summary of that. We did pick it up on stream. The Vanguard's doing a really good job in the second half of stopping you get around with your vehicles.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. The air dominance definitely helped them take the Ziggurat, and we didn't counter it.
Your chamber.
Is that Zanny gone again?
No, it's me.
No, he's
Somebody
still there.
joined.
God, I'm just completely worried now. Like, every time someone disconnects, there's the stream.
I've heard it's actually something to do with Planet Side at the moment, so I'll have to reinstall it tomorrow. But
It's always something to do with Planet.
I think I'll just put one final question to Halo. Like, you're through now. Like, who do you not want to see in your first match?
I never want to see Vipers and Jester again. As long as I live. That's a tough one, to be honest, because Vipers and Jester obviously fucking murdered us in the initial round. I think we're getting better. We've still got a long way to go. I think if we went into that match now, we wouldn't get as murdered. But we're not really ready to win that. But then you look at Red Mist and Bling, the best air outfit in the whole of Planet Side, with one of the tightest squad play outfits, and Yeah, that's not an appealing prospect.
But untested in the actual
Yeah, true.
fire of LaneSmash.
Well,
Yeah,
a few
it'll be
people are
interesting.
untested so far.
You
Mercenaries
say
as
that,
well, I
but
want to see.
I've played 24 versus 24 matches for Red Mist. They've done that probably more than the rest of us. I don't think you can say untested, but they've probably played it more than we have.
Well, also we have mercenaries as well. Let's not forget that they've been doing this a long time. Like, no matter how much practice people have been putting in recently, like mercenaries are also going to be up there at the end. I'm pretty sure.
I really enjoy fighting them because I don't think they have much air. I think it'd be a really nice infantry battle. I'd quite like to play mercenaries. Another good side.
All to come.
We've got a few ex-Dora players as well, so Dora would be like a needle match.
Now, we were saying before the match, obviously, I don't think we saw him playing today, but this could potentially have had the air of a grudge match about it, because sadly, our Tiger didn't play today for 252, but that could have been a repeat of the force commands from the Cobalt versus LaneSmash. So we were hoping for a bit more of a rivalry emerging from this, but in the end, I think it looked on paper it was going to be a very fair fight, and I think the result probably just edged it in the direction. The second half maybe tells more of a story than what went on, but it was a tough fight. But I think we pretty much, to summarise what you'd said, Halo, maybe going around the other way, you definitely looked strong in the infantry thing. You could see in the first half you weren't necessarily using your resources on maxes, and you were holding out well in the infantry, but you did struggle a bit logistically sometimes. But logistically, 252 and Mox were really good. Like, they were always putting pressure on with the Sundays, but again, they sometimes felt like they were getting a bit outshot. So it was interesting seeing those two aspects coming together on that.
With the infantry play, it's our strength and our weakness, really, because I've had a very hard time getting, heavy assaults that get like a 6-7 KD on live to play in a max suit. Or to pull asunder, and they don't generally do it. So in the first round we had very few maxes, and to be honest it was largely me in them. But in the second round Aggie started in a max. I think that's the only time you'll ever see him in a max suit, but it was progress for us. And like I've been telling them for months as well to use airlock on rocket launchers, and they wouldn't do it. But
we did see a bit more rocket launchers coming up towards the gals and stuff, so it did seem to be working. But I mean, it has to be extended to 252 as well. Like, it can always be hard coming into these matches, because I know the first match didn't necessarily go the right way. Credit to you in this. Like, you could see that training had gone in. Specifically, we saw Sundays getting put on MAHR, and that comes through the practice. So it's visible the effort that you put into this match, and it's just a shame that like somebody unfortunately has to lose in these, and I think it's a shame that it happened that way today. But you put up a really good fight.
Yeah, with most competitive things, you get out what you put in, and we aren't necessarily all on 24/7 training, blah blah blah. With what we had, I think we've done really well.
Yes, credit to you.
Both of your matches, I watched against Dora and this one, like you've really had some of the closest caps and closest fights for bases we've seen in a while in LaneSmash and Server Smash. Like, these things were going down to 1 second, 2 second, and you were just biting it back every time, and then eventually I think that slight edge that the Max put in that second half, probably their half-time talk, and the infantry play that they've got just made the edge when it's coming down to everyone trying to rush into a room.
Okay, so before we start to wrap things up here, I think we obviously need to give credit to the PSBL admins, especially the ones who've given their time to make these sorts of matches happen, not only in organising, but a few of them have just sat being referees watching what people do. So thanks to you for making this happen today. And do any of you want to sort of say a few words on upcoming matches or upcoming PSBL things? If not, it's fine. Well, anyway, we extend our thanks. But if that's okay with you, then obviously we have one more match coming up next Friday. My non-crashing PC will be back and ready. I should be casting that one. So if you're ready to tune, stay tuned to your Reddits. I'll put something up on the Friday about the starting times, but I believe it's the same times again. The lane hasn't been decided yet, but I'll keep you updated for that. So again, thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for putting up with those 2 crashes. Actually 3, I think it was.
3.
But yep, thanks for putting up with those. Hopefully I was back in
I'd
enough
just
time.
like to say, yeah, any information on upcoming matches can be found on the PlanetSide Battles website. On the main page, there is a Google Calendar that you can see there. We do have a LaneSmash section which features matchmaking, standings, and the lanes that are being used, as well as the rules. So, if you're interested in them, that's on the PlanetSide Battles website.
Okay then. So thanks to Blackjack and Solaris for helping cast today, and I look forward to seeing you both in game and on stream. Bye for now.